morning, everyone. Thank you for being punctual for this meeting. The reason you are here for this meeting is to discuss the blood donation campaign, which title Be a Donor, Be a Hero, which we plan to have on 15 November 2021. Before we start, Karishma, is there any apologies for absence?
No, there's no any absent, Miss Sanjana.
Alright, thanks for the info. Before we start discussing the items of our agenda, are there any matters raising?
Miss Sanjana, I would like to inform everyone that our university dean, Mr. Professor Dr. A. Selvanathan, has agreed to be a chief guest for our campaign in November. Also, he will start the campaign by donating his blood.
Wow, that's awesome. It's always difficult to engage him at this time of the year.
Yes, you're right, Azira. Good job, Karishma. Alright, if that is all, let's move on to the first item of our main agenda, a suitable place of our campaign.
Sure, Miss Sanjana. After doing some research, the best place to conduct our campaign is in our community hall, which is located at and it's a suitable, well-lighted and spacious area for the campaign.
What about other facilities there other than the spacious area? Will everyone feel comfortable?
You have a point there, Inka. The community hall is not only the special, it's also having two restroom and three spare rooms, which we can use to keep the initial building of our campaign. Also, the two room can be used by the medical staff to keep their personal belongings and also the medical supplies and that need to be used for the campaign.
That sounds great, Tiban Raj. Is there anything else that you want to update regarding the place for the camp?
No, Miss Sanjana, that's all we have for now.
Alright, good job, Tiban Raj. Shall we move on to the next item of our agenda?
Yes, Miss Shazana. Here I have a few ways to promote our campaign so public will interested to take part of our campaign. We can we can do blood donation campaign poster on social medias and also we can hang our campaign poster in the student info board so that the students will know about our campaign. Moreover, we can hang our campaign banner in a crowded so the public will be aware of our blood donation campaign.
These ideas sound great. I'm sure this will definitely work.
Yes, you're right, Sharon. I suppose that will be a great way to inform the public and our academic students about our campaign. Thank you, Azira. Moving on, let's look at the third item of our main agenda, which is campaign brochure. Karishma, can you please report on the designs and quotation of the campaign brochure?
Sure, Miss Sanjana, I have here with the two different brochures. Both the brochures are red and white color. The difference between the two brochures in design are the details on it. The first one simple compared to the other one. As for details, there's our society website at the bottom of the brochure. The other one doesn't. However, registration form also will be given along with the brochure.
I don't like the first one as it has too much details on it.
But it's important to have our society website on the brochure as it will help the public to know more about our campaign and our society.
Alright, since we cannot reach a consensus, shall we call for a vote? How many of you vote for the first design? Okay, Tiban Raj, you have voted for the first design. Any other voters for first design? Okay,
Me,
Elena has voted for first design. Any voters? Any other votes? How many of you vote for the second design? Only Tiban Raj. Only Sharad is voting for the second brochure. Alright, it looks like majority of you prefers the first design, which has our society website. Once again, I want to thank everyone for voting.
Great choice.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Grishma, but may I ask a question?
Not a problem. Tell me, how can I help you?
Thank you, Grishma. I'm just curious. May I know the purpose of giving the registration from along with the brochure?
This is a good question. I was about to come there. Let me explain clearly. The purpose of giving the registration form along with the brochure is it to make easy the process of registration during of the day of the camp. Those who are interested to join our camp can fill the registration form first and send the copy of the registration form to our email as it will make the registration process faster and that will also save time.
Wow, that's a great idea, Karishma.
That's very kind of you, Azira. Thank you for your compliments.
Alright, good job Karishma. We can conclude that we will be using the first design. Can you please send me a soft copy of the brochure by Wednesday at 9 a.m.?
Thank you, Miss Sanjana. I have prepared a list of staffs and volunteers who are attending the camp. In the list, I also have recorded their personal details, such as their contact numbers and email, as it is important and also it will be easy to contact them. As for the volunteers are our university students, so I have recorded their student ID and their program along with their phone numbers. I have also sent a copy of the list to your email as well.
Alright, thank you Azira. Now moving on, the fifth item of our agenda, which is list of equipment to be carried to camp. Alika, you may start now.
Sure, Ms. Sanjana. I've prepared two lists. One is the list of equipment to be carried by the blood bank, which I received from them. And another one is the list of equipment to be prepared by the organizer, which is our society's responsibility. I would like to share a few equipment to be provided by the blood bank: a weight machine, insulated box to carry blood bags, armrests, bins for collecting infectious and non-infectious waste materials, emergency medicines, donor identification stickers, and more. On a side note, depending on the estimated collection of blood units, the number of each equipment varies. As organizers, the equipment we need to prepare are table with chairs for registration, clean drinking water with disposable glasses, placing camp banners at the entrance, and more.
Thank you Alika for explaining it clearly. Let's continue with our second item of our agenda, which is camp phase arrangement.
Sure, Ms. Chandana. There are five steps of camp phrase arrangement. The first step is registration. The registration will include blood donors' personal details such as name, age, address, telephone number, and it's recorded and the questionnaire is given to donors to access their present and past health status. The purpose is to select suitable donor whose blood will save for recipient. The second step is hemoglobin test. This will be done before the donor is declared to fit. Blood donor's hemoglobin level will be checked to ensure that he or she is not suffering from anemia. Thirdly, donation of blood. Check the identity of the donor with the donor form. Fifth step is after donation, allow donor to sit in the refreshment area under observation. The donors should be advised to be in refreshment room for at least 15 minutes and should be advised to increase their water consumption. The last step is storage of blood. The blood bags are stored at correct temperature. This will be done by medical staff.
Alright Azira, thank you so much. Now the final item of our agenda, estimated budget and list of sponsors of the campaign. Sharat, you may start now.
Thank you, Ms. Sanjana. I have prepared the campaign's budget and listed out everything in categories. As you can see, I have tried to minimize the expenses within the estimated budget amount. That things in balance. We can use that money for our next project or campaign. Our sponsors who help us to conduct this campaign. We have DHL Malaysia and Gamuda, which sponsors us 2,000, and SAMW and AIA Malaysia, which sponsors us 1,000. Moreover, the highest sponsorship is given by Great Eastern Life, whereby they sponsor 3,000, and finally we have Coca-Cola sponsoring us 1,000 ringgit. The total amount of the sponsorship is 10,000. This amount is sufficient to organize our blood campaign.
Thank you, Sharad. Please send me the copy of this budget sheet by this evening. I will need to approve it.
Noted, Miss Anjana.
Alright, we have come to the end of the meeting. Before I summarize what we have discussed, is there any other business?
No, Miss Sanjana.
Thank you, Tiban Raj. Before I end the meeting, let me summarize what we have discussed. We have decided the venue of our campaign. We have also discussed some ways to publicity our campaign and also design the design of the brochure. In addition, we have listed out name of staffs and volunteers who are attending the campaign and also listed the equipment to be carried to the camp. Furthermore, we have discussed the campaign's arrangement. Besides, we looked at our campaign budget and sponsorship. Before we go, let us set a date for our next meeting.
Miss Sanjana, according to your schedule, your only available time slot in 2nd November 2021.
Thank you, Karishma. Alright, shall we set the date for the next meeting on Tuesday, 2nd November at 12 p.m.?
Alright.
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 Once again, thank you for coming. I will see you on 2nd November.